decay of time. It was strangled, choked. Some swear the oath for fortune, some swear it for vengeance. Then there are some who take the oath, for they know what happens if no one stands in the breach. Whatever their reasons, when the darkness falls, they will stand, for they are the Oathsworn. Oathsworn Into the Deepwood is a Twisting Tales game, a brand new experience that brings story to board games like never before. 1 to 4 players are thrust into a grim-dark legacy world where mankind scratches an existence in besieged cities surrounded by the Deepwood and the nightmares within it. Oathsworn is a game of 2 halves. First, keep your wits about you as you delve into over 200,000 words of epic multi-choice story written by a New York Times bestseller and award-winning grimdark writers. Be seamlessly whisked along the branching story by a fully narrated audiobook companion app, or trace the game book yourself. A unique mechanic bonds the story to the game maps, where you can navigate the narrative, gain allies, unlock mystery boxes, and change history with your actions. Once you find your prey, or it finds you, play moves to the encounter board, where massive monsters lurk, ready to rend your armor, warp your minds, and rot your bodies. Each horrific encounter is a multi-phase boss fight that reacts to you in deeply unique ways. Every fight is different, every one a new challenge to pit your wit and guile against. Using multi-choice abilities, cooldown manipulation, and a rich combat system, you work together to protect one another whilst bringing down your foe. Play your way with either dice or card-driven combat resolution. Bring your strength of arms to bear, and pray it is enough to get you home alive. Civilization was not destroyed by the hammer of war, the gnawing of plague, or the slow decay of time. It was strangled, choked by root and rot, until these cursed woods became its grave shroud.
Hey everybody. How's it going? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another round of Canje Plays. Hey Yogi. Alive? There's dice in this one. Which means we're gonna die. Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and today we are going to play what is going to be the last live stream of Oathsworn. In the Once I'll Call Shot chat yesterday, I kind of went through why that was, but I'll talk about it here as well. So I've been trying to get back to this one and rescheduling. Hey Azariel, and rescheduling the program, pushing it out. And I kept trying to ask myself why. Why am I doing that? Why am I pushing through the why am I keep pushing it back if I'm saying, hey, this game is fun and whatnot, and I want to play it and I want to get through the story. And then during One Stop Co-op Shop chat yesterday, there was a comment that came in that said kind of a lot of people, when we were talking about burnout, a lot of people were talking about kind of, well, someone will stick with a game because it's, they hope that it'll be good even if it's not fun for them. They'll still stick with it and have this, and then finally burn out of it. I haven't burned out of this. I just realized I'm not having fun with it. The reasons being is I have a couple reasons for that. And I'm not going to talk about it. We'll go through the playthrough, and then at the end of it, if you're still sticking around, I'll kind of get into the details as to why, what those things are that get me about it. And you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to say like, no, you're wrong. This is all this, and that. It's more, it's like I want to dive into it, but I know like we got the playthrough to go through, and I don't want it to skew your view. I want you to see the playthrough, and then I'm gonna tell you why it's like, okay, I'm kind of done. So, we gotta get into this. So before we get play, what brings joy? What brings you joy? Well, see, that's the thing. Like I said, there's tons of stuff to go through, but I do. I've always it's been instilled in me that when you commit to doing something, you do it. So I have made the thumbnail and I've committed to playing. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to. We're not going to have fun at the table today. It just means this is going to be the last time I play this one through, and we'll get into the deep details as to why. Anyway, you're not here to hear me blather on about that. You're here to see Chapter 8 of Oathsworn, which I said I was going to play, and I'm going to play, and then after that, this is going to leave the connect. I suspect some of your reasons are the same that made me decide to not back it. We'll see at the end. Yeah, Zariel. It could be. It could be. So let's go ahead and get some information and then get down to the table. We're gonna play through it, and then at the end, I'm gonna break down each thing as to why and what happened. I thought long and hard about this one. So let's see if we align or we don't. We'll see. All right, let's get some info. Okay, Oathsworn 9.1 on Board Game Geek. A lot of people like it. 2.2 thousand people. Thematic 23. Overall 314. It's been climbing up the charts since its release last year. Best play 2 to 4 player. I'm going to be playing solo, but I'll be playing four-handed with, which you have to, but I'm playing with all companions. And 30 to 90 minutes is going to be a lot longer than that, probably. Age 14 plus. The community says 12 plus, and the weight's about a 3.7 out of 5. Jamie really did work hard on this game, and I appreciate his efforts for sure. I played 8 chapters, so we'll see how that goes. A great group of artists works on it, and published by Shadowborn Games. Okay, let's get down on the table. All right, so we're getting into chapter 8 of the story where we left off, and I looked for a time card for chapter 8, didn't find it, so to just put the time card on the table to pre-set up, but we didn't really find it, so let's go ahead and just dive into chapter 8 and see what happens. Ooh. Oh, that's why. There we go. There it is.
The Venerator lies dead before you. Even with this victory, terrified, hopeless eyes look to you as townsfolk gather round. Mothers sob while fathers and neighbours try to reassure them that everything will be okay. All of the children have inexplicably disappeared. Dozens of tiny footprints in the mud by the village's main gate ominously suggest they may have fled into the Deepwood. Considering the carnage that has taken place within the walls of the village over the last few days, it is of small wonder what may have driven them to risk running into the forsaken woods. The children couldn't have gone far, one says. The Oathsworn will find them, promises another, looking up at you with unfounded hope. This is not your task here, and the hour is getting late for Verum. You know you must return soon with the mendicants, or many more lives will be lost. There is more at stake here than one village. You look away from the need in the villagers' eyes and face the village banksmith. Thank you, Oathsworn, he says. Without you, we would have been just like the others, or worse. My wares are yours. Take what you will. I owe you that much.
Okay, so let's see what the instructions say. Reveal all cards from the Chapter 8 common item deck. Gain any 4 items from it. Chapter 8, and we get some items. Oh wait, that's in that thing. Whoopsie. This is how long it's been since I played. I think it's in here. Okay. Chapter 8, common items deck. Okay. Alright, so these are the common items. Right here. And we get to see what's in them. So, let's see, we've got chains, a recurve bow. I got a long bow. This one's 1 black die. You attack, spend an amount. We'll see about that. Maybe not. Amber gear. I've already got this, so I don't need that. Height shield. My shield. Ignore the loss of maybe. Spike, which is a dagger. Dried meat. Wrought iron breastplate. You might look at that one. Recurve bow. Spike meat. Harpoon. Blessed object. In one redraw on an attack where you drew 7 or more cards. Bludgeoning weapon. You crit during an attack that hits, add 1 damage and 1 knockout. Knockback. Not bad. Totem. All the children lives are in your hand. Oh, they're doomed. Cleaver, and then a greatsword. Those are the ones that are left. So we get any 4 from it. Cleaver seems fun. That seems fun. Give me greatsword. I think is greatsword's two-handed. The cleaver's one-handed. My foreman chopper is two-handed. So no, the chain seems pretty damn cool. I'll stick with my 2 yellows instead of 1 black. Whenever you... yeah, I'll stick with that. Any 4, huh? Let's look at this armor. So wrought iron breastplate gives me 4 shield. Only the warbearer and the warden can wear it. So, and they already have some pretty decent stuff. After damage is drawn against you, force the enemy to redraw 1. No, I'm not going to get that one. Don't need a chain. If you have 3 bleed or less, battle flow. Nope. I don't battle flow, people. Nope. I think I'm going to get some... I'm going to get the cleaver. They probably might take my bow from me this time, so I'm going to take the recurve bow. I'll take the amber nugget and the dried meat. That will be my 4. Because remember, at the end of this fight, they take stuff from you. One of my first gripes. Anyway, that's one of my first gripes. So, I will deal with the backpack in a bit. We'll deal with the backpack and I'll empty it out because I already have 12 items in there that need to go, and I just added 4. So let's see what we're going to ditch. We'll ditch the chain hook. We'll ditch the worm hide. We'll ditch 6. What are you, chapter 6? Old reinforced Gibson. When you are attacked, if there are no sword adjacent, gain 2. And regret after playing a card from your defense, gain 2 against damage. We'll do the old Gibson's gone. Do I have anything? I think I've culled a lot of the older things. I got 1 level 4 one, the staff. There we go. So I've got 4 in my bag now, back up to 12. And I'm discarding these 4 because I can't go to town to get rid of them. So be it. Okay. Alright, here we go.
You take in the scene. Several townsfolk continue to sway in an invisible breeze, staring expressionlessly into nothing. Something is still bewitching them, the banksmith adds. With the venerator's lifeless body laying in a pool of his own blood, it is clear he is not the source of this witchcraft. You survey the venerator's corpse, your attention drawn to the book he was carrying, as it lays unceremoniously in a puddle of blood beside him. Wrapped in charred leather and bound by thick iron chains, there is something wholly unsettling about the book. You recall the venerator had been holding the book throughout the battle, and he appeared to draw his sorcery from it. Perhaps the book itself is what holds power over these villagers.
Should we burn it? Take a look inside? No. Or take it with you. So the only option here is, are we going to burn it or take it with us? What do y'all think? Burn it or take it with me? I'm thinking about burning it. I actually am going to burn it. Let's not touch that book. So we're gonna burn it. Oathsworn gain a redraw token. Redraw tokens are nice. Ah! No, Miss Warbear. No. Alright.
You smother the tome in flames, but its ancient, cracked pages refuse to burn. Perhaps the forge would do better. You reach out through the book, and as your fingertip touches the surface, a revolting wave rolls over you. You lurch to the side and feel yourself falling as the world goes black. You open your eyes and spit red sand. You find yourself lying in a desert, staring up at a pair of orange suns that struggle to illuminate a darkened sky. Rising to your feet, your company at your side, each of you instinctively draws your weapons at the first sense of approaching danger. You are clearly not in the Deepwood any longer. "You're new," observes a tiny voice behind you. Whipping round, you see a girl where there was only sand a moment ago. Her clothing is similar to the style worn by the villagers around Cistercia. Curiously eyeing your group, she smiles pleasantly, revealing a charming set of dimples. "I'm Lena," she continues. "He's got you too, now." Then she giggles and skips away. "Come with me," she calls back, kicking up sand as she dances away. Unless you want to wait around, you have no choice but to follow the child into the desert. Her tiny feet barely break the surface as she flits effortlessly over the sandy terrain, while you struggle to keep pace under the weight of your armor. An uneven patch catches you unaware, and you stumble face first, placing a hand to the ground to stop your fall. The loose silt does not feel like sand, as you quickly realize you are now walking through an ashy waste of burnt, pulverized bone. You continue to walk for what feels like an eternity. It is impossible to get a sense of time or distance in this place. But oddly, you do not tire or crave sustenance. You wonder if this is what death feels like. Finally, you arrive at the edge of a forest, which, like the girl, seems to appear out of nowhere. "This is new," the girl says, motioning towards the trees. "You brought this. Nothing ever changes here, but this appeared when you arrived." You follow the child as she ducks beneath low-hanging branches and pushes herself through the underbrush. The thick brambles snag your armor and block your vision. Suddenly, you stumble into a small clearing in the forest. A blanket of winter frost covers everything in sight. 6 empty chairs surround a simple table in the center of the clearing. 6 chairs for 6 children, the girl informs you. Find them, and they'll be free. So will you, I think. I don't know how I know that. I can see. Lena suddenly screams in pain. Her back arches backwards as she twists and contorts in anguish. "He's killing someone!" she screams. Tears run down her cheeks as she writhes about. Then, in an instant, she flickers out of existence. This is madness, a nightmare you cannot seem to wake from.
Yeah, thanks, Yogi. Thanks, Yogi. What happened was I double hit the mute button on the mic, so the mic was still on, so you were catching, like you said, you were catching the echo of me listening to the sound, which sucks. I apologize for that, but thank you. Turn your hit point dice. Ooh, I forgot to do. So there is my 1, 2, 3, 4 hit point dice. All right, so turn your hit point die to 6, ignoring your difficult level. This represents your sanity in the realm of madness. Losing sanity does not represent losing your real hit points, but may cause some real hit point loss later. Open a journal and read page 50. Let's get everybody to 6. 6. And okay. There's the journal and read page 50. Page 50. Okay. 50 sanity rules. Keep this page open throughout the chapter as a reference for the sanity rules. Note this page number down on your free company sheet so you can return here if you need to. Move to another page for any reason. So, got it. All right, wrote it down. Health. Your hit point die in this chapter is your sanity. All hit point loss will cause you to lose sanity instead. Your remaining sanity will have an impact on your actual hit points for the encounter at the end of the chapter. If you have 5 or 6, no effect. 3 or 4, you lose 1 health, and 1 or 2, you lose 2 health. If ever an Oathsworn is reduced to 0 sanity, they will still play to the end of the story. Another problem I have. Part of the chapter, but will not wake up afterward. You will be lost forever. No forms of healing may be used to increase an Oathsworn's sanity. If ever Oathsworn is reduced to 0 sanity... Why is it written twice? Stop the chapter immediately. Oh, it's if every Oathsworn is reduced to 0 sanity, stop the chapter immediately, mark 4 boxes on the knockout track of the free company sheet, then create 4 new level 8 Oathsworn using the quick leveling system in the encounter rulebook. Finally, restart chapter. No. Being lost forever. All Oathsworn who are lost forever die. Archive all their components, and for each dead Oathsworn, mark 1 box on the knockout track on your free company sheet. For each dead Oathsworn, create a new level 8 Oathsworn using the... So what happens when I run out? Once your new character has been created, return to the story. Okay, so lost forever means dead. Gotcha. Alright, let me mute myself, then do the speaker. I guess it read really fast. It says, all alone, you are left only with the child's last words. 6 chairs for 6 children. You move closer to the table to inspect the object on it. Find as many children as you can. Doing so will do something. Open mystery envelope D and place its contents in the center of play. Place your free company marker on location 10. Take the Path A card. This chapter does not have a time track. Well, that at least makes sense. Okay. Oh, yeah, Heller. Here you go. So I wonder if you realize that this makes a picture. Eyes. This is a horn. Like, I saw that immediately, which tells me our lovely friend Goat Jerk is back. That's what that tells me. Goat Jerk is back. Alright, so put it on location 10. Get the Path A card. Where did I put that Path A card? Anyway, we're on Path A. Because I can't seem to find... Oh, here it is. Path A card. Got it. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Hey, Canje plays another game I wrote the rulebook for. It's my partner's 40th birthday. She's out axe throwing and having a nice meal while I'm stuck at home with COVID. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Wow, I hope you feel better. Nice. Now we'll direct talk and place a ball. Chapter 8. So you've been playing this a lot then. I only played chapter 1, and that was only during me working on it. This is actually Paul, this is actually going to be my last playthrough of it, and at the end of the stream I'm gonna get into why that is. It has nothing to do with the rulebook. But the rulebook actually is really well written. But I'm gonna talk about kind of why I'm stopping. There's some things about this that I feel need some shift. But anyway, we'll get into that at the end of the stream for sure. To be fair, I did a lot of work on the rulebook, but then I had to step away, so I wasn't involved in the final version. No worries, no worries. Let's just flail the story bit and get to the party KO. No. No. So, okay. So, we have no time track for this. Cool.
You are left only with the child's last words. 6 chairs for 6 children. You move closer to the table to inspect the objects on it.
Okay, so that's a flaw in the app.
Is filled with strange objects made out of some unknown material. In the middle, a large map resides, which has several islands on it, as well as a small statue. Next to the map, you see a large rectangular box.
So next to the map, we see a large rectangular box. You've played 8 chapters, which is enough to form an opinion about it, and I'll catch up later about your reasons for not. Okay, sure, no problem. People assume that I personally love all games I write the rulebooks for, but it isn't always the case. I fully understand. I fully understand. I do hope you feel better. That sucks. And I'm definitely looking forward to meeting you at UK Games Expo. I just bought my plane ticket, so it's gonna be good. All right, so inspect the map, inspect the table, inspect the large rectangular box. Let's inspect the map.
Shows islands. On the top of the central island, a small statue is positioned. The other islands have a circular inlet and some markings you do not recognize. The upper left corner of the map is torn and the piece is missing. You grasp the small statue. It is incredibly heavy. It takes a great deal of effort to move it.
So I accidentally hit a piece too fast, so I had to do the backup thing. So you grasp the small statue. It is incredibly heavy. What do we want to do? Let's move the piece to the lower. Oh, what is happening?
Okay. On top of the central island, a small statue is positioned. The other islands have a circular inlet and some markings you do not recognize. The upper left corner of the map is torn and the piece is missing.
Let's look at something else. Why do I keep hitting this twice? Let's inspect the rectangular box.
The box beside the map is of strange construction and barren of any distinguishing features. Despite repeated attempts, you cannot open it or lift it off the table. You look at something else. The table in the center of the clearing is constructed of weathered planks of oak with odd glyphs engraved on its surface. One of the engravings catches your eye. It is the crudely carved symbol of an oath mark. You try to move the table, but it will not budge. You look at something else. The paper map shows islands. On the top of the central island, a small statue is positioned. The other islands have a circular inlet and some markings you do not recognize. The upper left corner of the map is torn and the piece is missing. It is incredibly heavy. It takes a great deal of effort to move it. When you set the statue back on the map, the world around you shatters like glass. Countless shards of unreality swirl in a torrent of chaos. Suddenly, your gut twists and the shattered pieces recombine. You find yourself standing on the crest of a hill, overlooking a mammoth, bottomless chasm.
Okay, so it shifted us to 20. Okay, not bad, not bad.
You see a giant spider web, stretched across the abyss like a tarp and anchored by 5 thick cables of webbing. Each silken cable extends towards various scenes that look as though a collage of unrelated landscapes has been mashed together. In the distance, you recognize one of the landscapes as the ruins of a great city. Another appears to be a spot of dark greenish forest. One of the cables leads to a huge mountain rising high into the clouds, another to a lonely cottage listing to one side atop its foundation, and the final cable leads to some kind of monument that you cannot quite make out from this distance. At last, in the centre of the web, broods an 8-legged horror the size of a house. The hairy arachnid tends to a child-sized cocoon that appears to be suspended by nothing at all. Materializing out of nowhere, Lena steps beside you. She points toward the spider. She eats the fear. Fear is her power. If you overcome your fear, she won't be able to feed and she'll become weak. Then you can kill her and free the child.
Take location tokens 5, 9, 11, 23, and 27. Put an unused hit point die on location 17 set to 6. And this is the hit point of the spider. Okay. Okay, so let me just do this. So I need 5, 9, 11, 23, and 27. Bet you it's all at the bottom of all of this. Let's see. I'm unprepared this morning. 5, 9, 23. 6. Where's 9? Am I missing numbers? What is happening? Oh, here it is. 5, 9, 11, and 27. Okay, there we go.
You find she has picked up the cocoon in her giant maw, her many eyes fixated upon you. The spider crawls down into the chasm with great care and is swallowed up by the darkness. It looks like you will need to weaken the web in order to lure the beast back.
Well, this says I need to overcome my fear. The Oathsworn symbol is actually at number 9. So that to me seems like the first place to go. So I'm going to go to location 9.
Rolling hills, the more distinct the shape of the monument which reaches up into the clouds becomes. It is a familiar sight, the oath mark cast in iron, your foundation, the oath, hope. You look at it and see the silk thread with only the faintest purchase on the iron. It takes but a touch for the thread to snap and fall away into the chasm.
Hey, Christopher. Hey, Canje, I appreciate you playing this game, but it's on my group's queue after Etherfields, so I don't want to see spoilers. I'll leave you a like. Thank you so much, Christopher. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The spider hit point die on location 17 loses 1 hit point. Ooh, I did something good. Roll an unused die. You may use redraw tokens to roll this die. Why? Roll. Do I want to? Why? Like, why am I rolling? So the spider's hit point die on location 17 loses hit points. Roll an unused hit point die. You may use redraw tokens on this roll. For what? Do I want it to be high? Do I want it to be low? I got a 2. I don't freaking know. Let's do a re-roll on the war bear. I got a 1. I'll do a re-roll on the warden. A 4. I don't know why I'm rolling. I'll stop at a 4. I don't know what to do. I'll stop at a 4. That would be cheating, Yogi. If the result is more than the spider's current hit points, choose the top option. Otherwise, you may face the spider or choose a location to go to. Oh, okay. So I will use a reroll token. Because thank you for... now I know, so I'm going to reroll, and there we go. If the result is more than the spider's hit point die, it's a 5. So basically I'm going to reroll until I get a 6. Gotcha. There we go. Ta-da! Location 17, the middle of the web. Remove location tokens. 5, 9, 11, 17, 23, and 27. If they're still on the map. Okay. I don't know what I just did. I don't know why. Okay, sure.
Web gives under the weight of your footfalls. As each footstep finds purchase, a wave of vibrating silk radiates from the spot, disturbing every inch of the spider's humongous web. Within a few short moments, the hideous form of the giant arachnid reveals itself from the blackness below. Her many eyes rise slowly above the edge of the web, each one locked on you with haunting bloodlust, followed by her hairy, sack-laden abdomen. Long chitinous legs, twice as long as spears, carry her effortlessly across the web, with a grace that belies her massive form. Finally, you see the cocooned child still locked in the spider's grotesque mandibles. The light of the twin orange suns glint off her hard, black carapace as she crosses the web, searching for just the right moment to strike. When she turns, you get a better look at her back and realize she has added another victim to her count. Wrapped in a silken cocoon and suspended from her dorsal armor is a second child. 2 lives now hang in the balance as you prepare for battle. Saving both will not be easy.
Okay, well, this is going to involve... okay, I'm heading off writing a script for my next video whilst in bed. I'll catch up later. Alright, no problem. Take care. I hope you feel better, Paul. Okay, so attempt to save both children or focus on saving one. I'm assuming if I don't save both, I will lose sanity. So screw it. I'm just going to go for 1 because it'll be a die roll. The needs of the one outweighs the needs of the many. Each Oathsworn performs a number of rounds of combat equal to half the number of hit point die at location 17. Rounded up. So 3. If the die shows a 3, each Oathsworn performs 2 battle rounds each. Each round of combat is against defense 6. Add 1 to each of your results for not protecting both children. What? Each time an Oathsworn fails, they lose a hit point. You mean a sanity point? I don't frickin' know what's happening. So I have to do 3. Each Oathsworn performs 3 rounds of combat. Okay. okay, is this combat like battle combat to where I can use my abilities, or is this combat like just roll 2, just roll 3, that type of thing? I Oh my god. Okay. Use your might. You use your might. Okay, so if I use might, according to the rules, this one. If I use might on tests, I think I get to do some stuff with it if I remember correctly. Might check 14. Might check. So it's sometimes perform a check. Here it is. During any type of check, redraw tokens may be used in addition. In addition, empowerment tokens may be used during any check called a might check. Okay, so I could use empowerment tokens and redraw tokens. Gotcha. Yes, Captain. Why are we checking mics? So, okay. So what? So basically, I need to. And Yogi, help me out with this one. I want to understand here. Each Oathsworn performs a number of rounds of combat equal to half the number die at location 17. So does that mean that but I get a +1 for not, add 1 to each of your results for not protecting both children. Does that then tell me, I haven't played this game in weeks. Well, it's more just kind of like the thought of it. Does that then mean I can use, I have to roll all 3 times, and each time I have to hit 5. I have to hit 5 or greater. Is that what that means for each Oathsworn? His defense -1, so 4. Yeah. But do I need to do it? Do I need to do it 3 times? So each Oathsworn needs to hit 4 or higher 3 times. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, so I need to do it 3 times. Okay. First roll. And we gotta re-roll. Re-roll this one. There we go, that's the first one. Second one. Jeez. That re-roll one. Fail. So you'll take a point. Third one. You'll take a point going down to 4. Warbear. Mr. Warbear. You get 3. Gotta re-roll. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I gotta re-roll because this can't be a miss. And that'll be 1. Got it. Got it. Okay, next one. Mr. Warden. One. Okay, 2. And 3, so he got all 3. And finally, the witch. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So only the lady thing did it, but there you go. Okay.
Affair, as unsure footing hampers your agility, and the presence of the 2 captive children restricts your battle tactics. As the fight drags on, you come to the harsh realization you will only be able to save one of the children. A well-placed blow to the spider's mandible frees a single cocoon from the beast. Having saved one, you do what you do best. Kill. Coordinated blows slice the spider's limbs and crack her chitinous armor. The death blow comes with a kill shot to the head. You watch as its limp corpse topples over the edge of the web and is lost in the abyss below, with the remaining child still secured to its back. Another loss to add to the tally. With the fight over, you search for the child you did save, but find the cocoon has vanished. He's free now, safe from his eyes, echoes Lena's voice, but the girl is nowhere to be seen. I think I can bring you back. Suddenly, you feel a sucking motion, and the world twists once again. And you once again find yourself at the edge of the forest.
If you have one clue token on the chairs, which I do, excuse me.
To the small clearing, something feels different. The air is not as cold as it was before, and the frost covering the area has begun to thaw, leaving small puddles on the ground. A child now sits in one of the empty chairs at the table, with their knees pulled tightly to their chest by frail arms. You address the child, but get no response, their blank stare fixed straight ahead. They have seen things no child should see, Lena tells you. 6 chairs for 6 children. The words echo in your mind. Now only 5 empty chairs remain. You go to the table. Perhaps something has changed there as well. It seems you can travel through this realm by moving the small statue.
Okay, let's go. Only if chair 2 is empty, and it is, so let's go.
The statue back on the map. You are overcome by nausea. The world around you suddenly falls away, light collapsing into a single point until there is nothing but darkness. Then, as quickly as it disappeared, a new reality blinks back into existence. Valley, filled with a thick, ominous fog, skeletal trees poked through above the greyish mist, each reaching for the twin orange suns as they watch menacingly from above. As you move down into the valley, your boots sink into the muddy ground, and a rancid odour rises to fill your nostrils. Somewhere in the dark and gloomy distance, you hear the faint singing of a child. The fog here is so thick you can barely see your own hand in front of your face. A foul layer of murky grime covers every tree, plant, and stone. You fight just to draw breath in the heavy air. Deeper in the valley, the singing grows louder, and you realize it is not just one child, but a whole chorus of them. The song like a twisted version of a nursery rhyme. He is coming, won't be long. Good children do right, not wrong. Tie a ribbon on the tree. Do not stray or run or flee. See a shadow, hear the thud. Hear the silence, see your blood. Through the fog, you see 2 orange orbs in the distance. As you draw closer, you find there a pair of iron-wrapped amber lanterns swaying above a post with 2 signs. Neither sign has anything written on it, and each points in the opposite direction. As you wonder which way to go, the children continue to sing the rhyme.
He is coming, won't be long. Good children do right, not wrong. So it says tie a ribbon to a tree. Do not stray or do not flee. That's the big one. That's the big one. See a shadow, hear the thud, hear the silence, see your blood. So basically, if you see a shadow, you're gonna die. So We need to tie something to a tree, and we need to not run. Take the path to the left, take the path to the right. Through the fog, you see 2 lanterns. Well, I'm straying right now because I don't know what I'm doing. The children continue to sing the rhyme. I don't know. Lovers go left. Let's go left.
And eventually arrive at a massive wooden gate. As you shove the heavy door open and step through, you suddenly find yourself in the city of Bastone. As you start down an alleyway, you find the corpse of a young woman. Judging by the fresh wounds, she was killed recently. The bloody gashes on the body remind you of wounds left by the sharp claws and teeth of a rat. You immediately recognize the woman as one of the townspeople you failed to save from the clutches of the broodmother. You had been too slow to reach her, and she had died alone, gnawed to death by dozens of rats. Suddenly her eyes flash open. They glow with an orange light, her accusing stare piercing through you.
Each Oathsworn performs a sanity check where the difficulty is equal to their current +3. This is stupid. This is straight dumb. Sorry. I am so sorry. This is dumb. I roll 2 dice and I need to get a 7. Yeah, I don't get the point. Like, why go to the right instead of the left? Whatever. 5. She takes the damage. If she dies, I don't care. Because that part I think is dumb. Next. So he takes the sanity damage. Next. Sanity damage. I don't care at this point because oh, it's a puzzle. Gotcha. Sanity damage. Ta-da. Cool.
You stand once again in the foggy swamp before the massive wooden gate. The children's song returns, its eerie chorus mocking you. He is coming, won't be long. Good children do right, not wrong. Tie a ribbon on the tree. Do not stay or run nor flee. See a shadow, hear a thud. Hear the silence, see your blood. You decide to continue on the path, leaving the painful reminders of Bastone behind. It is not long before you encounter another fork in the road. Again, a pair of blank signs point in opposite directions. However, these too are unique. Claw marks like scars crisscross the sign on the right, while a bow the colour of blood is haphazardly tied to the sign on the left. At the base of the post, someone has laid a memorial made of twigs and bone.
That was stupid. I just got it. Good children do right. I was supposed to go right. Now we're at the part where it's tie a ribbon to a tree, and that's where we're going. We're going where the ribbon is tied. I get it. I get it. So it is not longer before, again, a pair of blank signs point in opposite directions. However, these two are unique. Claw marks like scars crisscross the sign on the right, which I'm not going, while a bow, the color of blood, is, and it says tie a ribbon to a tree. That's the bow. So, while a bow tied to the sign on the left. So we're going to the left. I get it. I get it. Place the free company marker on 50. I get it.
The thick fog lifts, and you can see buildings of brick and stone. These are not the ramshackle homes of Bastone, however. These look more like the sturdy, well-built structures of Verum. Suddenly, a hot blast of air hits your face, and smoke stings your eyes as a stench of burnt flesh chokes you. When your vision clears, you see half the city is in flames. Verum guards toss plague-ridden bodies on top of burning heaps. You look skyward. A pair of glowing orange eyes peer down at you from above. Without clues, It is impossible to tell if this vision is of events currently taking place, or if they have yet to pass. Before moving closer, the flames disappear and a blank wall materializes before you. The sound of the children singing is louder and more urgent. He is running through the fog to rest his head within the bog. She is dancing on one leg. Hang her tightly by her neck. See a shadow, hear it thud. Hear the silence, see your blood. The alleyway to your right is lined with lanterns dripping blood. To your left, you see hundreds of tiny faces staring back at you. Looking more closely, you see they are children's toys, dolls hung by the neck from balconies.
Okay. He is running through the fog to rest his head within the bog. That's the first part. If I fail, I have to do the second one. He is running through the fog. The alleyway to your right is lined with lanterns dripping blood. To your left, you see hundreds of tiny faces staring back at you. Looking more closely, you see there are children's toys, dolls hung by the neck from balconies. He is running through the fog to rest his head within the bog. See, she is dancing on one leg. Hang her tightly by her neck. It could be the dolls by them being hanged. The hanging dolls. I don't know. No one is there. There's no indication that points towards running through a fog. To rest his head within the bog. She is dancing on one leg. Hang her tightly by her neck. I don't know this one. I do not know this one at all. I'm thinking it's the hanging dolls because of the hang her tightly by her neck. The alleyway to your right is lined with lanterns dripping blood. To your left, you see hundreds of tiny faces staring back at you. Looking more closely, you see there are children's toys, dolls hung by the neck from balconies. I don't know. Does anybody know? Can anybody think what this one would be? It is fine to spoil it. I don't like riddles, so it is fine to spoil it for me. I don't like rhyming riddles, so it's fine to spoil it for me. He is running through the fog to rest his head within the bog. Where's the fun in that? To your left, you see hundreds of tiny faces staring back at you. Looking more closely, you see there are children's toys, dolls hung by the neck from balconies. She is dancing on one. He is. I don't know. I think your logic of the dolls being hung makes sense. Okay, well, let's go that way to the right. Let's go to the right. Oh, wait. The right is the lanterns. Let's go to the left. Left. Move the free company marker to 25.
The path is less swampy. The earth here is more tightly packed. All around you, the children's voices grow louder. They seem to chant now rather than sing. He is running through the fog to rest his head within the bog. She is dancing on one leg. Hang her tightly by her neck. See a shadow, hear the thud, hear the silence, see your blood. As the trail opens into a large clearing, you make out two diverging paths ahead. To your right, there is a signpost with a broken wooden horse resting at its base. To your left, a dense fog that prevents you from seeing what lies beyond.
Okay, so he is running through the fog. Could be the horse. Well, rest a broken wooden horse resting at its base to rest his head within the bog. That to me tells me that that is where we need to do. To your left, a dense fog that prevents you from seeing what lies beyond. We are in, I think that's the horse. I think that's the horse, right? Because it says we can take the path to the left or stay here and rest. I think that's it. That we rest, to rest his head within the bog. We're not running, because it didn't say we need to run through that fog. I think we need to stay and rest, because I remember it also, the original one said don't flee. Don't flee or run, stay. So I think I'm going to stay here and rest. As the trail opens up in a large clearing, you make out two diverging paths ahead. To your right, there's a signpost with a broken wooden horse resting at its base. To your left, a dense fog that prevents you from seeing what lies beyond. Or maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's not that one. Maybe it's the horse one. Like, to your right, there's a signpost with a broken wooden horse. I think that's where I'm supposed to go. So I'm going to go to the right. I'm going to go to the right.
Eventually becomes a steep incline. Slowly your party gains elevation, and the fog gives way to the heavens above. As you near the crest of the hill, you spot a huge figure silhouetted against the dark sky, the shape, the unmistakable form of a venerator. As you draw your weapons, a child, Lena, appears before you. Don't worry, she says. He's lost too. You cautiously approach the hulking warrior, with your weapons at the ready, just in case. As you draw closer, the man continues to stand with his back toward you, his armor neatly arranged at his feet. Blood trickles from dozens of cuts on his upper body, and dark bruises mar the areas of flesh between them. He turns to you, slowly revealing a pained expression, and utters only 3 words. I have failed.
Cut him down. Nope. Ask why he did it. He is running through the fog. That would be him, the venerator, to rest his head upon the bog. Why he did what? Let's ask why he did it. I don't freaking know.
The venerator answers your question. I sought wisdom, but found lies. Beware. They sound the same to desperate ears, Oathsworn. With that, the venerator fades into the mist. Continue on up the path and finally spot a familiar sight. The wire road. Its thick iron cable has always led you to safety, and as you take hold of it, you are filled with a sense of renewed purpose. Still hounded by chanting from the children, out of the corner of your eye, you can see something moving. Suddenly, a small figure breaks through the underbrush and scampers off into the swamp. Was it a child?
No, it was not. Follow the wire road.
Every stride a challenge as you trudge through the rain. Your hands grip the thick iron cable of the wire road, pulled taut through rings sunken into trunks of hideous trees. You have lived this moment before. This was the beginning of your journey to Bastone. Quickly, you look behind you and see Samuel still alive. Samuel will die soon. Perhaps you can save him this time.
Take his place on the wire road. Get ready to fight whatever's coming. Continue carefully along the wire road. I'm not going to be able to save this guy. It's acceptance. I mean, this seems like acceptance to me, so let's continue.
one hand on the wire, you press on, side to side. You scan the landscape in search of encroaching danger. Your experience tells you something could strike at any moment. A large shadow charges from the wood, but before anyone can react, there is a thrum on the wire. Samuel is gone. Green mud sucks at your boots, every stride a challenge as you trudge through the rain. Your hands grip the thick iron cable of the wire road, pulled taut through rings sunken into the trunks of hideous trees. You have lived this moment before, but something is wrong. This is not how it happened.
Loop. Time loop. Gotta love it. I like the addition of turn around and kill Samuel. I'm not going to take his place on the wire road. That's dumb. I'm going to lose sanity for that. And it's probably going to be every Oathsworn dies. Um, let's do it again.
Road has been unusually quiet and relatively dangerous, allowing you a rare chance to let your thoughts wander. Your attention elsewhere, you uncharacteristically let down your guard. Suddenly you hear an all too familiar thrum on the wire. You turn to look back and find Samuel gone. Despite your best efforts, you cannot find any trace of him. This is how it had really happened. Your carelessness cost Samuel his life, and you must carry that guilt for the rest of your days. The wire road does not lead to Bastone as it did when you first experienced this moment. Instead, nestled in a small clearing, you come to a tiny hut. As you draw closer, you find a child singing the rhyme you have heard so often in this place. She dances and skips around in a circle as she sings. The worn furrow in the dirt and the raw flesh on her feet tell you she has been skipping for a very long time. Your attempts to get her attention go ignored, as though you did not exist. Finally, you lift her into your arms and try to still her. Like waiting from a nightmare, the girl snaps from her trance, and her feet finally come to rest. As she looks into your eyes, she begins to cry and fades from your arms.
Place clue token 2 on a number 2 chair. It was a thing of acceptance. That's what that was. I kind of figure what this creature is doing is it's making you face things and making you accept what's happened.
And you once again find yourself at the edge of the forest.
If you have 2 clue tokens on the chairs, yep.
Through vines and brambles, returning once again to the clearing. A warm breeze caresses your face as you notice a soft blanket of green grass covers the ground here. Two children are now seated at the table, but your attempts to communicate with them go ignored as they stare blankly ahead. At least they are alive. He's getting weaker, Lena says, suddenly at your side. Don't stop. You must keep going. The map itself has not changed. Apparently, you can travel through this realm by moving the small statue.
All right, number 3 chair is empty. Let's do it.
You fall into an abyss, soaring downwards into the blackness with no bottom in sight. Suddenly, you begin to make out the spires of a large building below. You fall all the way down, finally landing softly on your feet. The building before you appears to be a library. Its huge wooden doors with intricately carved designs slowly opens, inviting you inside. Rows of books stretch endlessly in all directions, including upward, where you can neither see sky nor ceiling. One could spend hundreds of years reading these books and never have the chance to open them all. You pluck one of the volumes from the shelf and begin to read. It recounts someone's life story. Every moment of the individual's life, from their birth until their death, is recorded in painstaking detail. Only the person who actually experienced this life could have documented everything so thoroughly. A conflicting thought crosses your mind. If this is an autobiography, how could they have known the details of their own death? You look again at the countless number of books in this library, and a sickening reality dawns on you. As you walk down a particular aisle, you begin to look for a specific book, your book.
Okay, give the app to any player whose Oathsworn has not yet read a scene. Read the appropriate scene for the following choice. Option 1. The Thracian, the Warden, the Andendry, the Witch, the Priest, the Scar. For the following, choose option 2. What? Oh, who the person you hand it to? Good lord. I'm gonna hand it to the Witch. So, for the following, choose option 1. So we're doing number 4. Frickin', I don't know. Was it option? It was option 1, right? Yeah, option 1, the Witch.
Touch the book. You suddenly find yourself back on the streets of Verum. Winter has begun, and you huddle in an alleyway with others, desperate for warmth. No iron for amber means no fire, and no fire means you will soon freeze to death. You have the ability to easily conjure flame, but you fear the others will not understand.
Light a fire.
Mysterious forces from deep within your soul. An impulse of fire and warmth swirls unseen from your hand toward a lit brazier burning outside a nearby building. You compel an ember from its crackling flames to pull it to a pile of rags in the alley. The others quickly gather around to warm themselves, but one of them saw what you did. When his stern face vanishes into a crowd, you scramble to collect your belongings and flee. You know they will be coming after you.
I think number 1 was the Warden. Right? Yeah, the Warden's there. Well, it's the Witch. Give the app to another player whose Oathsworn has not yet read the scene. So we've only got the Warden left.
Find your name written in intricate lettering on the cover. Inside, you find page after page, blank, empty. Finally, toward the middle of the book, the text begins. The very first sentence reads, "He takes the book from the shelf and sees his name written in intricate lettering on the cover. As he opens it, the pages are empty. You clamshell the book shut and try to make sense of this madness."
Alright, if every Oathsworn is read, sure.
Together, each of you is left to reconcile the visions you just experienced. One thing is clear to everyone: the past may be written, but the future is not. Reminded of the oath, you reassert your grasp on the here and now as you consider where to go next. You are drawn to a particular bookshelf. Together, you search the bookshelf. There must be something here that connects you, something that helps you get out of here.
Okay, open journal pages. Okay, so this is another thing. So open journal pages 52 and 53. Solve the mystery of the books, which is this. I'm trying to get it all in the shot. Solve the mystery of the books. When you have an answer, return here and chosen. All right, so I'm going to hold it here for a second, and then I need to pull it down and look at it. So, all right, so let's see. Solve the mystery of the books. Okay, well, let's turn it over. RYT. Sing Sim Pam. Dear Othander. Et Hatto Ton Tree. Born Coob. Okay, let's do it like this. Map missing. Map. This is, if I read this backwards, it's MAPMISGNIS. This is T. Try again. AG8. This is try again. So that's easy. It's not F. Not right. So that's B. So this is not right. This is try again. Hey, Barrett, what's going on? All right, so let me zoom in so we can work on this together. All right, so this is not right. Try again. I'm trying to translate this. What is this? Wrong book. Wrong book. Wrong book, not right. Try again. So we're down to 3. Read another. Wrong book, not right. Read another. Try again. So we're down to 2. Yeah, it's word jumble. So we're down to 2. Something. This seems like it's missing. Something missing. Map missing. So C. I'm at the C. So it's either map missing or so read another, try again, not right, wrong book. These 2. This says something missing. But what's this? The oath. The oath. There it is. C. It's book C. There it is. All right. Cool.
Letters, you see the book is titled The Oath. This is what binds you together, what keeps you alive. As you take the book, you feel the thick steel cable of the wire road in your hand. You remember this part of the path. It is on the way to the Oathstone. This is the last test all initiates take before they receive their brand. One more day and night in the Deepwood is all it will take. You should be alone, but you are not. Your company is together, sharing this experience.
Why? Did I fail? Did I fail? Why do I have to test? I don't understand why I have to test. I'm going to fail this. So whatever. I guess I failed. I picked the wrong thing. Alright, so I'm rolling 3 dice and let's see what happens. I guess I failed. Yep, sure, she'll go down to 2. You'll go down to 3. I don't know what I did wrong, but okay. Everyone's gonna fail this. A 7 test is hard. Sure.
The Oathstone long ago is as fresh in your mind as the day you experienced it. You recall the mysterious figure in black that greeted your arrival, the lone soul always there to guard the stone. He is the one who witnesses your oath and brands the mark on your wrist. When you arrive with your group this time, the mysterious figure is nowhere to be seen. The oath stone itself thankfully still stands in the clearing, unspoiled by the corruption of the Deepwood. To your surprise, you see a child hiding behind the massive stone. The young girl cowers in fear as you slowly approach her and extend your hand. Reluctantly, she takes it.
Yeah, I do. I have a redraw. I have one redraw on survival checks, but I wasn't gonna pass. I was rolling like trash. I don't understand what happened there, but whatever. Whatever. Place clue token 3 on number 3 chair. Then place company back on 10. Like if it's an acceptance, what anyway, whatever. Oh, you can. Well, it says you gain redraws on. One redraw means you can reroll one die. It doesn't mean you can reroll all unless I read that wrong, Yogi. Whatever. It's passed. Let's do it. I died.
And you once again find yourself at the edge of the forest. You push your way through vines and brambles, returning once again to the clearing. The trees have turned a pleasant reddish-brown colour, and many of the leaves have fallen, blanketing the ground. The children gathered around the table gaze at you, and their eyes follow you everywhere you move. Something is different about this place. The box, you are barely able to move it. You decide to give the lid a try instead. It takes nearly all your strength to open. The box contains stacks of cards and a number of small round objects made of a material similar to the box. Alongside these are several books.
Only if tracker token 3 is not on the map. Take a closer look at the small round objects. Tracker token 3 is on the map. Only if tracker token 5 is not on the map. Okay, so that's if we miss number 5. So let's.
However, you now know you can travel through this realm by moving the small statue.
Okay, so that's no longer a thing. Only if you have the keyword missing piece. Complete the map with the piece you found. Okay, so let's look at something else.
Are no longer frozen in a bleak, emotionless stare. They almost smile as a sense of hope fills their eyes. You can feel the grasp this realm holds weakening.
If there are less than 6 clue tokens on the chairs.
Each one representing a child that remains imprisoned within the clutches of this mad realm. You try lifting the table and find it much easier to move this time. You begin to sense you now have the power to break the curse that holds the village captive if you can just get back to the real world. There is surely a way out of this place, and you are closer to it now. Once you leave, however, you know you will be condemning any remaining children.
Okay.
You are barely able to move it. You decide to give the lid a try instead. It takes nearly all vellum on the front, and all the pages inside it are blank. The second book has a beautifully rendered drawing of a venerator on the cover, and its contents are written in a language you do not understand. As you flip through it, you find the image of a ruined village with a skeleton in its final repose. There seems to be a word hidden in the image. What does it say?
All right. The first book you pick up has a picture of Verum on the front, and all the pages inside it are blank. The second book has a beautifully rendered drawing of a venerator on the cover, and its contents are filled in a language you don't. As you flip through it, you find the image of a ruined village with a skeleton. I failed because it would be the venerator. I don't. Is it on the map? Is it in the book? I'm just kind of looking at the map to see. No, it doesn't. What does it say? It just says write down your answer. So it doesn't say to look in a book. The first book you pick up has a picture. Was this one? Yeah, this is just putting number 5 tracker token and place it on the map next to the location.
There's a picture of Verum on the front, and all the pages inside it are blank. The second book has a beautifully rendered drawing of a venerator on the cover, and its contents are written in a language you do not understand. As you flip through it, you find the image of a ruined village with a skeleton in its final repose. There seems to be a word hidden in the image. What does it say?
Is there a can I see an image? That's the thing. I don't know. Can I see the book? If I see the book, I can try to figure this out. Where's my journal anyway? Oh, there it is. Maybe you're supposed to turn to a page in the journal. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. Maybe on the map? I'm looking at chair 5, and I don't see anything. Um, let me hide this. Then I can zoom and pull this over a little bit. This is the map. I A village with a corpse. A village with a skeleton is found. There seems to be a word hidden in the image. We're gonna make this one hard, Canje. Make this damn near impossible for you to figure out. I don't want to write the answer down, hit continue, and then it gives me the answer. That would be a cheat. So I don't know if they can give me an image of the skeleton. Maybe? I don't know. You can do it. I freaking don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's the problem. Like, if it's everything is given in front of you, but there seems to be a word in the image. What does it say? I failed because that's what the Venerator said. Knowledge? I don't freaking know. Um, 5? I don't know what it's. I'm truly giving this my best effort. And if I had an image that I can look at, maybe that might help. I don't know. How the hell? Oh, you didn't see that. How the hell was I supposed to know that? Look at the word. If your answer was vision. What? No, my answer is vision. That was stupid.
Bone-strewn cave, through eyes that are not your own. Everything you see is bathed in a familiar orange hue. Bestial breath rises and falls in your lungs. Memories of another's life flows like sewage through your mind, stirring an ancient grudge. You see the first humans, deliciously ignorant and ripe as they struggle to survive. You whisper to them from the shadows, guiding them, controlling them. You play your macabre games like a little god over them. But then she came, and they no longer hear the whispers in the dark. Revolted by her, you withdraw and bide your time. You wait patiently in the dark, playing games with the few you manage to lure. Your time will come again, and they will return to your puppetry. They are yours forever.
Reveal the encounter special rules. Mark the special rules box on the 8. Whatever, it's the Satyr. Yay, we knew. Okay.
Once again, find yourself at the edge of the forest.
How would I have remotely known vision? It says nothing. Anyway.
Through vines and brambles, returning once again.
So 5 is. I. Does that mean I have number 5? What the hell?
You are barely able to move it. You decide to give the lid a try instead. It takes nearly all your strength. You now know you can travel through this realm by moving the small statue. Are no longer frozen in a bleak, emotionless stare. They almost smile as a sense of hope fills their eyes. You can feel the grasp this realm holds weak. There are still empty chairs at the table, each one representing a child that remains imprisoned within the clutches of this mad realm. You try lifting the table and find it much easier to move this time. You begin to sense you now have the power to break the curse that holds the village captive if you can just get back to the real world. There is surely a way out of this place, and you are closer to it now. Once you leave, however, you know you will be condemning any remaining children.
Why is this people's favorite? Why is this people's favorite mission? I'm annoyed. So let's see. I'm really annoyed. So I've got 5 on the map. I still need to find 4 and 6. And I need to get 5 in a chair. But if I inspect the map, it's only for 1, 2, or 3. So the map kind of says this.
However,
so if the chair 1's empty, lower left. Chair 2 is empty, which is not chair 3 is empty. Only if you have the keyword missing piece. So do I have to go back through? But I don't have missing piece, so none of those apply. So then we inspect the box. Only if tracker token 3 is not on the map, it's on the map in the chair. Only if tracking token 5 is not on the map, it's on the map. So then look at something else. So I can't choose those other 2 options. And then if I move the table, I don't hate puzzles. I think there's nothing else to do. So then if it says, okay, well, move to table. If I move the table, I'm going to break the curse and get out. So what am I supposed to do? There's nothing else to do. Are children's 4 and 6 lost? How do I get 5 in a chair? Move to the table then. Alright, so move to the table.
Are no longer frozen in a bleak, emotionless stare. They almost smile as a sense of hope fills their eyes. You can feel the grasp this realm holds weakening.
Okay, so if there are less than 6 clue tokens on the chairs, there are. If there are 6 clue tokens on the chairs, there aren't. So once again, I'm left with the option of if there are less than 6 clue tokens on the chairs, there are less than 6 clue tokens on the chairs. So then we go. Nope. Don't know what it is. So what's less than 6? So what's less than 6 do?
Each one represents.
This is the one that says, okay, I can flip the table and try to find the way out, which breaks the curse, or I could stay in the realm to try to rescue more children. When you cannot return to the island you have already visited. You cannot return to islands you have already visited, but may risk searching islands you have not been to yet in hope to find more children. Okay, cool. So I can go to stuff that I haven't been to yet. Cool. The only thing I haven't been to.
Of this mad realm.
The only thing I haven't been to yet is number 7. But I can't go to number 7. I've been to 3, I've been to the others. I don't know what to do. I guess I've gotten all the kids I'm gonna get. Flip and try to find a way out of this place, I guess. And if I try to move the piece on the table, it says that I can go here, here, or here, but only if these seats aren't filled. And that's the thing. You cannot return to islands you have already visited, which are this island, and that island. You may have not been to yet and hope to find more children. I can risk searching islands. The only thing I can
find it much easier.
So if I go to move the piece on the table again,
you now know.
Chair one is not empty. Skip that. Chair 2 is not empty. Skip that. Chair 3 is not empty. So it says only if you have the keyword missing piece. I don't know where I would have gotten it. I don't know where to look for it. I'm stuck in a loop. I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. So yeah, you failed and the children died. I guess. Alright, we're out.
I know there are still empty chairs. The table. The table flips in the air, sending the items on it scattering, and everything goes white. You find yourself in a room of pale light with Lena standing before you. She slowly looks up to you and stares with glowing orange eyes, the same eyes that have leered over you since arriving at this place. You are mine. You're never getting out, she taunts,
Hey,
louder and louder. Never getting out. Never getting out. The last denial is a deep, bestial voice. Lena suddenly screams in agony as rays of dark light shoot out of her eyes. You dive out of the way and see there are now hallways leading away from the room. Each path appears to lead to more and more and more passageways. You will need to find a way through the maze.
Okay. Set up a 3-minute timer and start it immediately when you go to the journal. Complete the maze you find in the journal by discovering the only path that runs from the entrance to one of the numbered platforms. When you have an answer, return here and choose from the options below. If the timer runs out, you must immediately return here and make a choice. Open journal to page 56, 57, and solve the maze. Alright. I do not enjoy this. I'm letting y'all know that right now. I am not enjoying this. Alright, so a 3-minute timer. Cool. Can somebody get a 3-minute timer? Alright, let's do this.
3 minutes. Starting now.
Let's see. And what I have to do, you have to answer entrance 1. Complete the maze. You'll find the journal by discovering the only path that runs from the entrance to one of the numbered platforms. What numbered platform? Oh, here we go. Got it. Got it. I would show this to y'all, but I got 3 minutes, so I'm running through this as quickly as freaking possible. Let's see. You're doomed. Ba, 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 ba. What are the darkened areas for? That's the thing I don't know. It doesn't really say. It doesn't really say what the darkened areas are for. Not really gathering that information from this work. What it could be. There's just a bunch of weird symbols on here that I don't know what they are. Is that a dragon? I don't freaking know. Time's up. Time's up. All right, time's up. All right, so the 1 to 4. Picking one. I don't freaking know. I don't have enough time to breeze through it. 1.
But still end up at a dead end each time. You find Lena waiting for you at your latest dead end. Rays of dark light shoot from her eyes once again. She says before vanishing. Where are you going?
So this is just basically pick everyone until. You know what? This is how I feel about this. I'm picking number 2. Then I'll pick number 3, and then I'll pick number 4. I don't care.
But still end up at a dead end each time. You find Lena waiting for you at your latest dead end. Rays of dark light shoot from her eyes once again.
This is how much I don't care. 3.
End up
Okay, so it's 4. So let's do our check.
at a dead end each time. You find
Sure. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's 4. That's how much I don't care. 4.
glare of the orange eyes stab at your back as you run through twisting passages and climb countless stairways. Down one passage, you find a black door at the end. As you run toward it, the hallway seems to grow longer and longer as the door draws further and further away from you. No matter how fast you run, you cannot seem to get any closer. You blink your eyes, and suddenly you find yourself standing back in the village outside of Cistercia. Are you okay? The banksmith asks as he shoves your shoulder. The village appears exactly as it did before you slipped into the realm of madness. You ask the banksmith how long you were gone for. Gone? He replies, puzzled. We were discussing what to do about the townsfolk when suddenly you froze. You looked like they do, he says, motioning to the enthralled villagers. As impossible as it is to believe, despite your incredible journey through the unreality of the mad realm, no time has passed.
Okay, so you're down to 4. You're down to 4. You are down to 5. And you are down to 4. Amazing. If you have 4 or more clue tokens on chairs around the map, take the extra unique item. If we don't, they died. If any other Oathsworn lost, they're not lost forever.
They happened are difficult to remember, but one vision is fresh in each of your minds. You recall the image of a lair in the woods and a haunting glow from the orange eyes of a young girl. Lena? As you look past the open village gate, a gut feeling tells you the child is out there, not far from here, and you must move quickly if you hope to find her alive. You owe her that much. Plunging into the Deepwood, you head in the direction your gut tells you. It is as if you see through Lena and can now sense her direction. It does not take you long to find the lair. Coming upon the entrance to a cave mouth, you see children bound like marionettes in the trees, their glowing orange eyes scanning the area like sentries. This is exactly how you found Gamel's son just before you encountered. The satyr's massive frame crouches next to some small cages, as with paternal care. It carefully places a wailing child into one. Inside the cages, you recognize a few of the little faces belonging to the children you saved from the realm of madness. These lucky few cry and tremble at the sight of the massive beast, while others among them stand silently, lost in the satyr's sway. The satyr taps a tree-sized staff against the wooden bars of each cage he passes, sending a ripple of fear through the conscious children. Every time, the creature draws in a long, deep breath, literally inhaling the terror it has generated. When the beast turns back in your direction, you see there is a girl bound to the top of the giant staff. You recognize her. It's Lena. Thanks to the image from her, you know where the sentinels are and think you can find a way to the satyr without raising the alarm. The time has come to end this, once and for all.
Okay, so I had 3. So basically, I need to roll a 5. I need to roll a 5 or higher. Hey, look at that. Reroll. And we failed. I'm not spending another reroll on this nonsense.
The line of child sentries, a set of orange eyes fall upon you, then another and another. Suddenly, a deafening chorus of shrieking cries explodes through the Deepwood. Beyond the screaming, you hear the pounding hooves of the satyr as it stomps towards you.
Oh, there we go. No, I was saying, sorry, I was saying I'm super proud of myself for the paint job I put on this satyr. Like, I'm very, very happy with how this came out. I'm very ecstatic, and I just love, like, how the skin is ashen and dirty, and then you see the ripples of muscles and all that stuff. I'm actually pretty stoked on the paint job I put on this one, so I'm very happy about it. Yeah, yeah, I love how the fur looks. This I never toot my own horn about paint jobs that I've done because I think I suck, but I think I really did a good job on this one. Like everything about it looks so good. Anyway, we're gonna fight this piece of garbage, so let's get this up. Chapter 8. Mr. Anderson. So that's 5 trees as usual. Okay. Let's see what we got. This tree goes here. This tree goes right there. This one right there. Nope. Yep, right there. Come on. Yeah. This one will go right here. And then this one. It's not on my image board. Oh, yeah, it is. We'll go right there. It looks way more spread out than it is. It's just funny. This one will go up one more. That's why. It'll go like that. There we go. And you are positioned right there. Okay. We need to get shuffle the hallucination deck and place it face down next to the encounter board. And place our Oathsworn. So we will grab hallucination deck. We'll look at the satyr board again. Into the fray one more time, win, lose, or draw. So these get all these here. This is the satyr card. And I'll talk exactly about this when we get into fighting. It's 10 million hit locations. All right, 6. And 6. All right. So his card, Transfix. During a hallucination card, draw a hallucination card and give it to the Oathsworn with the least hallucination cards. If it triggers during a reaction, if tied, choose the furthest. Even if it's triggered during a reaction, the Oathsworn resolves the card effect and then keeps the hallucination card to mark how many hallucination they have. If there are no cards in the hallucination deck, place a tracker token on each player board depicting the amount of hallucination cards they have, then form a new hallucination deck using that. Alright, stage 2 is triggered by 2 dice loss, stage 3 by 3 dice loss. It has 5 defense. And this is the hallucination deck I shuffled. And this is the turn deck, so we'll just deal with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 1, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And what's coming first? First, it's going to do Stream of Dark Light. The satyr raises its staff, and the man bound there screams. A stream of dark light vomits forth from his mouth. So transfix. Then target an Oathsworn. Do big attack. And bad stuff. Cool. I promise you I'm going to get through this. Alright, so I'll put you here. You here. You here. And you here. Alright. Let's begin this charade. I don't freaking know. The Warbear's got... I'm not going to use the cubes, I'll use that. The Warbear's got 2. So... first action is going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second action is going to... move. And then I'll use my empowerment token to attack. I will up the power of my empowerment by 3. So usually I'd have 3. I'm going to roll 3 reds instead of 3 yellows. Add 2 damage to an attack after damage is drawn. When you attack, an enemy's rear gain empower 2 on that attack. Let's do that too. I'll turn these 2 into black. Using the brooch. That's 5. I'm going to re-roll the black. Whatever. So I hit him for 1 on this side. 5. He goes down. And that ends my turn. I'm done. Next up is you. You'll use your cloak to move there. Then you're going to use one of your tokens. Got 2. To do swoop. Which I get to attack you up to 5 and I can't miss. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. You may draw 5 cards during this attack. This attack cannot miss, but can crit. So shoot. So I can't miss and I do 3, which doesn't hit you. Let me re-roll. Let me use 1 re-roll token. Actually, sorry. I'll re-roll the yellow. There we go. That was a sad roll. There you go. So 5, 6. Hit you for 1 right in the front of the face, taking you down to 5. Then I'm going to shoot you again with one of these Animus tokens. 3. So 6, 7, a 5. So I hit you again, going down 1 to 4. Then I'll shoot you again. Just my 2. Get rid of that. 4. And I can't do anything about it, so that's a miss. And it's your turn. Next up is... let's get the Warden into position. So the Warden's got 2. He's going to spend 1 to move 4. 1, 2... Sorry, who's here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he will spend his other 1 to move 1, 2. He will then spend this Animus to attack, powering it up. So his attack would be a red and yellow. I I think he's gonna power up 3, so it'll be a black, red, and yellow. Gain empowerment 2 on an attack. I think I will. Empower 1 to turn this into a black, and 2 to turn this into a yellow. That's it. Let's do it. That's 5 plus 6, which is fantastic, and that 5 critted. So that is, geez, 5 and 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, almost 3. Not bad. So that would be 2 damage on you, right? Because defense is 5. I would need 1 more to be able to do it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just take the 2 hit. And that will be his turn. And finally, the witch. She is going to move. Then she is going to fireball him. And she rolls 3 yellows. When you draw 3 or more might cards of the same number. Okay, so I just need to get the same number. That's all I need, right? Yeah, there you go. I got 3 same number of blanks. Let's go ahead and re-roll one of them, which I doubt it will matter. Hey, there we go, 6. So, that is hitting. I'm centering on the center hex, so it would have hit face for 1, taking it down to 3. And then she will use her Animus token to do a Flame Whip that gives her a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which should hit. Actually, I'll have her move there just to be sure. And then I can empower 4 on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't have any rerolls, so whatever happens, happens. 6. So I hit that face again, knocking it down to 2. Look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, so enemy turn. Well, you're going to do what you said you were going to do. You're going to transfix, draw a hallucination card, and give it to an Oathsworn with the least, even if triggered by reaction. If tied, choose the furthest Oathsworn, which is the Huntress. They're out to get me. Do not spend Animus on this action. Target the closest Oathsworn. You must move into range with your weapon and attack them using 4 might cards. Using your might and add white cards if needed. This attack will not miss or crit, and the victim may play a defense card as usual. After this, you can act as usual. You cannot use interrupts to help the victim of this attack. So, as usual means you kill all my actions, but sure, whatever. Then target the Oathsworn with the least amount of hallucinations. In case of ties, select the closest. It will be the Warden. Range attack 6, range 2. It's just the Warden you're hitting. That's why I split you out. And you're going to draw. I should just, you know what? Screw it. We're going to roll dice for this finale. You're going to roll 4 dice and 2 black. If I roll crits all the way through, the way it goes. If I die, I die. So this is 4, 7, 8, 9. So 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. And his defense is 4, 5, 6. So 2 damage. Right? Yeah. Yeah, 2 damage. So he goes down to 3. Oh well, I rolled great. Gain 1 shield against damage, so I'll use 1 shield up. Well, that won't change anything. That'll make me a 7. 7, 10, 16. 7. It still would hit for 2, so that won't matter. When you lose your last health state up. So, cool. That's that. Then, because it's chained from range 2 and nobody's within range 2 for you to chain. This attack will only target Oathsworn and allies. Note, the satyr will not move, as this is a ranged chain, then move 3 southeast. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. What are you doing next? The exact same attack. Gotcha. Okay. So, let's see. Reclaim. Well, she is going to kill somebody. But before her turn comes up, we're going to have our Oathsworn do some stuff. So, we're going to do move, where I just have to move 2. And then we're going to do baiter. If you have moved 2 or less this round, add +2 to damage and knock back 3. You're going into that tree, sucker. So I was here, so I say 1, 2, so I could hit you right into the tree. And you don't say you don't suffer knockback, so you're about to take this in the face if I can hit you. 2, 3. And when you attack an enemy's rear, which I am, I can empower 2. And these 2 red. Sweet. Utter miss. I will get an animus token, and then I will attack again with my animus token for that miss. 4, swing and a miss. Nothing. Cool. Okay, your turn's over. Next up is the Warden. He's got a red and a yellow. He's going to use his heater to empower 2. So it will be a red and a black. And you'll just spend 1 action to... If the target loses any health, you or another character within 2 gain a shield. Let's do it. We're going to do the as 1 attack. We're going to do a reroll. Screw it. Whatever. It's a miss. I'll get an animus token and then attack regular, yellow and red with that. Okay. 5, that's 1. That's hitting this side back, so this goes down to 5. And that'll end your turn. The witch. Well, she's going to do 1 of 2 things. One, she's going to do her range flame whip to your... not to the face. Let's do fireball, and we're going to do it on this side and destroy this tree, because I'm tired of it being in my way. So that will hit the 5. Okay, so she's going to roll 3. Three. No good. It's a miss. The next one, we're going to flame whip it. Let's just try to break a location, because who cares? So 3, and I empower 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 crits. So that is 11. So that is 2 damage, which hits the face, breaks the face. So 1 of his tokens is broken, which is his claw 1, but it still triggers this. Transfix, target the Oathsworn with least amount. If, in case of tie, selects the closest. I don't know. Give it to the damn bear. So let's see. Piggyback. Do not spend animus on this action. The closest friendly character to you must spend 2 animus if possible. They then suffer knockback 2 in a random direction. Then place yourself in the closest empty hex to them. Cool. Then what are you going to do? You're going to range claw attack your target, which is the person that you hexed. No, the person that hit you. Sorry, I forgot the rules. Which is the witch. So you'll move here. And you're going to attack her. Let's draw some stinking cards, because my die roll seems to be stupendous for this stuff. Her defense is 5. And when you... Yeah, her defense is 5. Alright, so 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 blacks. I should have just rolled the dice. I'll roll the dice from now on. Screw the cards. Who cares? 1, 2. There you go. So that is 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. Boom. So 14 on a 5, which is 2 damage. She goes down to 2 health. That's the way that stuff crumbles. The satyr will range 2 from her is nobody. Move southwest 3. 1, 2, 3. Next up on the docket is Hurl. Cool. Awesome. So then it would be her turn where you're going to attack an Oathsworn. Do not spend Animus on this action. Target the closest Oathsworn. You must move in range. Then what? Then perform a might check with 4 cards. So 2 yellow, 2 white. You missed. Okay. Then what? After this, you can act as usual. You cannot use interrupts to help the victim of the attack. Okay, cool. So, cool. You still got range. It didn't use any. Will use swoop. Which all I need to do is just add a die. It says it can't miss. Why the hell would it? So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Do we appreciate? So that's just 1 damage on that 5. And we turn this around. This is the 4 spot, so that goes to 3. And then you will just do a normal attack. You know what? We're going out big. Hey, dog, what's going on? We missed. So we missed with just 2. That's funny. I'll get an Animus token for the miss, and we are going to do this again. Oh my god. Oh, it's 2 misses. We missed again. So on a miss, we get to I'll get another Animus. I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm so curious what the odds are. And that's getting worse. Yeah, it's just a miss. It's always like 2. All right, let me take 2 out this time. Let's see if that lowers the odds. There we go. And then get 2 more. Okay, so 3, 4, so that's 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's 2. Hit you on this side, so that takes it down to 1. I'm just going big. That's all I'm doing. So the witch went, everybody went. It's his turn, so he's gonna hurl. Transfix. The person with the least cards, which will be the warden or the witch. The furthest, which is the warden. So the warden gets one of these. They are everywhere. Do not spend Animus on this action. Move to the closest obstacle. Place your highest cooldown card. If you're a companion, lose 1 combat token of your choice. You may then act normally. Okay. I'll be losing my reroll. Then you're going to attack your target. Move 5 to them. And you're going to attack him with claw. Because only your teeth are broken, so roll some dice. How bad could this be? I want him to kill all of them. Yes. So 9 and 6. So 9, 12, 15. And he has 4, 5, 6, 7. So he would take 2 damage going down to 1 health. Then after this attack, the target suffers knockback 4 in a random direction. Where are you going, buddy? South. 3, 4. Then move 3 northwest. 2, 3. What's next? Transfix, move, hit, hurt. Okay, so piggyback. Do not spend animus on this action. The closest friendly character to you must spend 2. Now the closest friendly is this guy, so I lose my turn. And then I get knocked back 2. And you are here because you rush at me. Cool. You lose your token. Wait, then it says, then place you in the closest empty. Yep, so. And you lost your turn anyway. Okay, so all that leaves is these 2. Sweet. Move your cape to move 1, 2. And you're going to do attack. I'm going to roll a bunch of dice because I don't care. All right. That's a miss. I'll get, the usual. It's another miss. Let me just take out 1 die because I seem to just be doing 1. Let's watch miss. Hella miss. There we go. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 on 5. That's 2 on this side, which knocks this down 2 from that to 3. Then that was it. I'm done. Okay, so then the witch, she is going to do her 2 spells. Fireball first off. Three, miss, nothing. Next up, Empowered Flame. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's right at your back. And Empower 4. So that'll be that. You know what? I'm just going to throw those in too. That's a miss. So I get a animus, but I can't cast that spell. And the would be what? Just to do an attack range 4 plus 2, 6. So it'll just be the 3 yellows. I'm going big. I don't care. The Canje, you roll dice terribly. I don't care. And 2. And 2. Alright, so 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So I hit the back for 2, taking it down to 4. Alright, who are you killing now? Transfix. Gonna be her this time. Mind Warp. Basically, draw a check if I succeed. If I don't, I get hurt, and then he's gonna come get me. So, basic check, difficulty 6. Fail. So I lose a health, go down to 1, and then you're going to move towards me and attack me and probably kill me. Sure. Sure. And let's do the attack with the claw. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. She's dead. Alright, so the witch is dead. And we'll bring out somebody at the end of the round, but then you're going to move 3 north. 1, 2, 3. You're here. And that ends the round. Next up, he's going to hurl again. Okay, so the witch is gone. Let's close all this crap up. Her hallucination, since she's dead, goes there. And let's grab somebody to fight for us. We'll put in Yana the Trapper. Yana the Trapper is going to have 6 health. Yana the Trapper is going to use her token, and she'll come in on this side of the board. And she has range 5. Once per encounter, place a tracker token in an empty adjacent hex for free. When they enter that hex, they die. Okay, so I'm going to put tracker token right there when he comes for me. I'm the only one without. And I am going to... We've resolved all these. So first, she is going to attack for 3. Just going all out. So then we got 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 2 damage. Putting it right here. Okay, let me see. Turn him this way. It has to hit this, break this. So it breaks that location. Transfix. Cool. That was all of her actions anyway. Oh no, she has 1 action left. So we'll read what that says in a second. Move 3, steps on this, takes a health loss because of the trap. I will put this down to 4. You'll get to her. Then you will attack with Claw. Let's do it. Are you going to kill her? Let's find out. 2, 4. Yep. So, 9 and 8, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 damage he's doing to her. She has 3 defense. I think she might be dead. So, how do we get there? Yeah, I think she's dead. 20 damage. 9 and 8, 17 plus 3. 20 divided by 3. What's that? 8. 6 is 18. 7 is 21. So it's 6 damage. She's dead. 1 hit, she's down. Cool, she's gone. Awesome. Then what's he going to do? He's going to move 3 northeast. 3 right here. He's going to go to stage 2 because 2 locations are broken. He one-shotted. He one-shotted the Trapper. Sweet. All right. Awesome. Cool. Well, she doesn't have to worry about that hallucination. That's for sure. She's dead. Okay. Next person's turn is the Warbear. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. And then he's going to just attack. I'll just put those there because this creature is going to be doing this the whole round. So we've got the 4 and the 6 side extended. Crit. 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 So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 off of 5. I would need to hit a 20 to hit 4 off. So it's 3. So I knock this side down to 3. Then I will attack again. Oh no, I moved. I can't attack again, sorry. Then it is your turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to attack. And you're going to empower 2. So Then let's roll some dice. Let's not stay safe anymore. There is no tomorrow. So 3, 5, 4, 5. So that's 10, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep. So that's 2 damage off of the 4. And that's it. You 1, 2 with the cape, and then you're gonna attack twice. 1 with the ones that can't miss. If it can't miss, it's up to 5 dice that we roll. Let's see how we do. Pretty decent. That was on a 1. So we roll you, and we roll 2 at you. We've got 5, 10 on your back, knocking that down to 2. And that ends the turn. All right, transfix. Furthest target. What you got coming? All Oathsworn suffer 2 knockback in a random direction. Roll separately for each character. Who cares? Then you're going to move 3. Wait, you're going to attack. This attack targets all adjacent enemies and then run. So, are you killing the warden right now? Let's find out. Oh, 4, sorry. So that's 5 and 6, that's 11. He has 4, 5, 6, 7. Dead. Wait, 5. Sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8 on 11. Force an enemy within range 6 to focus on you rather than another. Nope. Force an enemy to redraw 1 card. Sure, we'll redraw the 4. Cool. Warden's dead. Awesome. Then it's an AoE, so that attacks you 2, so it's 4, 4, so that's 8, and you got 5 and 6, 11. So you'll take 1 damage going down to 3. And then you'll move 3 southwest, and you'll knock back 2. 1, 2, 2. And you'll move south 3. 1, 2, 3. You're basically at his face. Okay. Alright, so 2 people dead. Let's get some more. Let's do Brevik and Lucky, because Lucky can never be targeted for any reason, including AoE effects. God, I love that guy. Woo. Oh my god. Still Winston, thank you so much for subscribing. That scared the life out of me. So, Lucky will be the witch, and Still Winston will be the warden. So, you'll come in here, and you'll come in here. And let's go with Mr. Stilson. Oh, what's coming up next? You're going to transfix, move 5, and do something stupid. So, let's go ahead. You 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to attack 2 yellows. But, you know, Lucky's going to try to be lucky and roll a bunch of dice. Let's see if Lucky lives up to his name. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 1 damage. Oopsie. 1 damage. Where are you hitting? You're hitting this side, so this goes down to 1. And then the other one, 1, 2, 3. Why the hell not? And you're going to attack with a red. And that. And you might not be as lucky, but let's find out. Ah, God. I keep dropping stuff. That's a crit. Oh wait, that's a miss. That's a miss. So you would get. You're gonna do the animus. You're gonna do the animus. We're gonna do the animus. Misses only garner it. Alright, so 4 critted. It doesn't matter. You're hitting the space with 1 on it. So, and then the 2 critted. Or are you? No, you're not actually. You're breaking another spot. So that is 5, 10, 15, 16, which is 3. And if we turn this card around, that is on this side, so it was this one that you broke. So, cool. What are you doing? You're transfixing on It Can't Be Lucky. So this will happen. Then you will attack with Claw, which is not broken, in a wave, which will hit everybody. Alright, are you killing the Warbear? Let's find out. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14. Warbear is at... I'm going to force you to redraw that red. So it is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So 11 on... You can't be targeted by wave. So you... 11 on 3. So what's that? 9, 3. So you get knocked down to 3. This says Lucky will not be targeted by any enemy for any reason. This includes AoE effects, which is wave. And then you have 4 plus 2, 6. And what is it? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. On 6, it's 1, 2. Okay. And then you're going to move 3 north. 1, 2, 3. Up there. And we just need to break 1 more. So then you have Mind Break coming up. What are we doing? Did anybody else get to go yet? The bears didn't go yet. The Warbear didn't go yet. So you're going to move. And then you're going to hit him in the back. For 3 plus 3. Three plus 3. Miss. Animus token. Miss. Animus token. Alright, so I'm rolling these. Nope, that's a miss. Animus token. Okay, there we go. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So I hit the back for 1. That ends my turn. Next up is you. You're going to use your cloak to move 1, 2. And then you're going to shoot him with the can't miss. Up to 5 total. So at least we got 1. So 5 and 4, 9. I'm hitting him right in the butt, so that breaks the tail location. He would he triggered his 3rd stage, so these are gone. Grab this. And he triggers his 3rd state. If we win this, I'll be surprised. If drawn as a reaction, do not resolve. Instead, put it on the bottom of the stage deck and draw a new card. Transfix. Someone who doesn't have one and it can't be lucky. It'd be between these on these two, which is a tie. So the furthest between those two is you again. Oh wait, your armor got busted up because it's too hot. So you wouldn't have blocked 3. You would actually have taken all the damage and died. Because his armor was busted up, so it would be you. Okay. And then you're gonna move 5 towards her. And attack. His armor was thrown off him by a bad thing. So he would have died. Alright, you dead? 8 and 5. So 8, 9, 10, 13. 13 on a 5. It's 2 damage. And then what are you doing? Then you move southwest 4, 2, 3, 4. You get pushed this way. Okay. And I think that, no, the war bear hasn't gone yet. I think it did and it missed. So now it gets to do rage. Transfix. War bear. You're dead. Move 7 to its target attack. Change target to the furthest target attack. So this might be game over. This might be game over. Seven. I'm gonna make you re-roll this one. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. On my 4, 5, 6 is just 1 damage. And then you're gonna turn, come this way. And that's 5, 10, more than enough. She's dead. And then you're gonna, that's it. Cool. So all this is gone, all this is gone. It's just the war bear left, and if he dies, game over. Okay, so let's start the next round with 2 fresh new bodies. We're gonna do Gamel and Surdane. So Gamel will be, Surdane will be the archer, Gamel will be the warden. You're both gonna be right here. What are you gonna do next? Gonna do transfix and then do some stupid. Okay, so let's let Dane go first. 1, 2, then attack. 2, and what are we trying to break? Just 1 break? Sure. It's a miss. Let's do it again. It's a miss. Let's do it again. That's not a miss. That's just 5. We break the claw location. And what are you going to do? You're going to transfix. The satyr gains 2 shielding for the rest of the encounter. Mark it with the tracker. Sweet. So now it's at 7. And then move to your target and attack. So the furthest is you, which will push you out. 1. You would get it. Oh, you can't get targeted. Everybody's close, so it'll be the warden guy. Okay, what do you get? Warden guy's Gamel. And then you're going to attack Gamel. Oh, Gamel's dead. Gamel's dead. Alright, so it kills Gamel. Gamel doesn't get this hallucination. We're just stacking up bodies. Alright. And then it's going to move north 3. 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to be the warbear's turn. Attack, 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 attack. And I'm going for 15 on this one. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And every time I roll a blank, I'm getting a redraw. I'm getting an animus token to attack again. If you have, I have moved. I'm going to add +2 to this attack. Let me just drop 1 die off. 3 and 3. 2 miss. Animus. There we go. 2 miss. Animus. Animus. We'll just keep doing it. Oops, still 2 misses. Still 2 misses. Still 2 misses. I'm not dropping off a die. It's going to work or it won't. Alright, so we get 1. So that's 1. So that is 5. 10. Sorry, that's a 1. So that's 10. So that's 2 damage, knocking this down to 1. And then I will attack again with the same zeal for my second attack. And just keep on rolling. And that should do it. Alright, we beat him. The end. Alright, so let's get to... We lived, except for every Oathsworn. So let's get this going. And do...
As the satyr's gurgling death rattle subsides and a thick, sticky pool of black blood forms beneath its mangled corpse, the beast is finally dead. The solemnity of the moment soon gives way to muffled sobs and the nervous disbelief of the children inside the cages. The satyr's spell broken, girls and boys cry out for their parents. You rush to where the satyr dropped its massive staff and quickly untie the ropes that still bind the young girl Lena to it. She is unconscious, but still alive. The girl's clothing is clearly that of Verum, not Cistercia. There is no telling how long she has been held captive by the sadistic beast. One thing is for certain. The power she channeled on that staff was terrifying. You do not know who she will be when she wakes up. She was why you came here. Yet if she wakes up mad or manifesting some residual malefice, people could die. Can you take that risk?
Yes, take Lena with you.
Debate. Your group decides this child must be protected. There are many unanswered questions that she may hold the answers to, and if she truly does possess powers of some kind, your free company may be the safest place for her. A part of you feels somewhat indebted to the young heroine as well. Without her guidance, you may never have escaped the satyr's realm.
Right, the keyword Lena. On the company sheet.
Children, upon your return, tears of joy stream down the cheeks of even the most hardened men as the villagers shower you with gratitude. Your job here is finally done.
If you have the low, I have low keyword on my free company sheet. If you don't have it, if you do not have the low or low church keyword and have Quintus as an ally, I have Quintus as an ally, but we do have low.
You begin the short trek back to Cistercia with Piran's family.
If you have the venerated plate item card, I don't think I do. Nope, I don't. Plate of the Fallen. Nope, I don't.
Of the way and find the mendicants prepared for departure. With the mendicants in tow, you begin the long journey back to Verum. Nightmares follow you, and your wounds are still fresh, but you are finally heading home.
Oh, tally level, loot and loss, and then the end of chapter 8. Okay, that's it. We're done. Yay. Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil any more of this for you. I'm just gonna take a quick peek at what Boss 9 would be. Okay. Alright, so let's go back up and let's talk about why this is the last session. Okay, I don't even need to tally level loot and loss because I'll be putting this away. So here's what's going down. So let's talk. I'll take things in turn, piece by piece, on what happened. The first thing, and the major thing, what that makes me do it is this: not the card, the mechanism. So on every enemy card, it's the exact same. Every time you break a spot, it triggers something, and the spots that have a tooth, a claw, or a tail really do nothing for the fight. It takes away one die, and that's it. In games like Kingdom Death Monster, when you break a location and the attack comes up, the attack is heavily nullified. In this, it isn't. It isn't heavily nullified at all. It doesn't do anything. So, to me, having every enemy have a break location every single time you break a die is boring. 2, if you roll dice or you pull cards, and it's like, okay, well, he'll roll one less black die, but he still rolls a bunch of dice against you. It doesn't matter. If you're a good die roller, you're dead. If you're a bad die roller, you might take one less damage. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And that wore on me. Right? When it comes to the story, it's a cool story. It is well written. It has nothing to do with combat. Nothing. Like, here is the outcome of the story segment. The outcome of the story segment is 1, you start with a bunch of you start with tokens that let your opening attack be strong. That's it. 2, you start with 1 less health, or 2 less health in this case. That's all it has. That's the only bearing the story has on the fight. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. It's like, and then the story is just kind of a choose your own adventure, pick, choose, that I don't care about those parts. I love the part where it's telling me a story and it's building on something, but I wish the walkthrough bits of it, just, I don't care about token getting. Just take me to the fight. Which is why in the encounter book, they say you can do the instant action mode and just jump straight to the fight, where they'll give you a bunch of tokens. Okay, so someone who says, I hate reading, is rewarded, and someone who enjoys and wants to go through the story is not. What? No. That's no. And it's like, okay, well, you still have to. So, chapter, and we'll go back to a chapter that I played. I don't want to jump too far ahead. Where is one? I saw one that just says, get this. Here we go. So, you're reading through chapter 2 and the instant actions. Alright, so you perform a survival check. This is not skipping the story. I don't know why I need to, but whatever. But then it says, okay, you're reading, you can start a trade with the banksmith. Whereas moving through the game, through the time track, actually penalizes you when you get too far. But do a free trade. Gain a free ally. Start a free trade with the apothecary. Okay, cool. Then fight. Okay, if you win, gain 8 iron. Sweet. So it's like, it felt like not going through the story rewarded you more than going through the story. That's how I felt going through that. But if you go through the story, you can get the reward that you get is the potential for an item that may be completely useless for your party, which is this unique item set. But when you tally level loot and loss, you're going to get a unique item anyway. So what is my incentive to read the story other than to say, it's a cool story? And it is, but it's just so that the story side is imbalanced between skipping and not skipping. Heavily imbalanced, I would say, in my opinion. And that wore on me. The core mechanism of combat, I'll go back to the sheet. The core mechanism of combat is, damn it, I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm being a dick. It's the core mechanism of combat isn't fun. Let me say it that. I'm not saying it's boring. I'll say it isn't fun because I don't want to break a location because I know one of my characters is going to pay the price for it in some way, and it's not. How can I put it? I'll put it like this. And I'll compare it to KDM. I know people say you can't because they're both boss battlers. With KDM, the lion. If I fight the lion and I break its paw, whenever it draws a card that does the paw break, you notice a massive difference in the attack and how it outcomes to you based on that. I haven't played Aeon Trespass Odyssey enough to see if that's in Aeon Trespass Odyssey, but in KDM, it's a noticeable difference of an advantage and a reward for being able to crit break a location. It's a reward. In this one, you're not rewarded with anything. I broke the claw. Okay, I'm going to roll one less die. Okay, but I didn't break the mouth. Take all this pain. It gives, KDM gives you more options and way more interesting mechanics. The mechanics just aren't here. I feel like it's super light. It's not strong enough. And after 7 playthroughs, that last playthrough, the number 7 when I had to go into jail, that's where I was like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. And it wore me down. And then I got to this fight, and it happened again. It was, okay, well, people love the lore checking, doing outside of game battle. Canje doing an outside of game battle now. It wore me down. And then, like, okay, there is a lot of work that went into battle flow, but battle flow to me isn't done. Here's the reason why. And people will say they love battle flow. And the reason why I stopped using main character cards is because battle flow drugged me down. It was more, okay, so I play a card and it ends up in the 3 battle flow section. Until I play another 3 or a battle flow token, which I may or may not get, that card is stuck. My ability is gone. What it should be is that every round cards turn in battle flow. But that's not the case. It stays there. So I play a power hit, and now I have to be like, okay, the other 3 card I have is something that, so let me spend this Animus to play this 3 card, or let me spend this Animus to play this other card that won't help me in this battle, just so I can move the stinking card around the board, potentially back to my hand. I don't want to do that. Like, why is battle flow not triggered every round? Every round, turn it. Every round, turn it. And you get it. You know what does that? Rogue Angel. Rogue Angel does that so well at the end of every round. It shifts. Every round. Yes! Thank you, Steve! Look at Steve. Steve is like, I really like how the cooldown works in Rogue Angel as a really good alternative. Or your 0 card, then the 2 card moves. And that's the thing. Rogue Angel did it well every round. It shifts, which is what should have happened here. It doesn't shift. So when I play a 3 battle card, guess what? That card's stuck there until I decide that I don't want to do anything productive in the combat to shift that card to the 2 position. So then later I can play a 0 card to shift that card to the 1 position. And then next round, maybe I could play that 0 card again to shift it to the hand position so I get it back. That is 3 rounds. 3 rounds of me not having my ability. Whereas it could just cool itself down and back to my hand. I'm not a fan of the battle flow system. I know, Jamie, I know you worked hard on it. I don't want to poop on it. It's not for me. Right? It needs to trigger every round. All of it needs to trigger every round. Because you only have, when you're playing at full cards, you only have one set, you only have an X number of Animus. So you can't OP the game. When you're out of Animus, you're done. So trigger the damn battle flow every round. The mechanic of the base mechanic of breaking locations. To me, the locations that every location, there's a teeth, tail, and claw. Vary where it is, and only those locations trigger reactions. Only because you're rolling so on the Satyr, I have to roll a 5 to be able to hit this guy. With my current abilities, that's a low probability. I mean, it'd be one round if you play the combo right, forcing some weird character combos. I don't know if it can be. I mean, maybe you can. I don't. If that's the case, Yogi, if that's the case, take away that zero card. Problem solved. Take away the zero card. You can, or on the zero card, only allow you to do something like a move 2 or something. That zero card's purpose is for you to battle flow because it's trying to fix a broken thing. And that broken thing is the stuckness of battle flow. But back to the enemy card. Only major locations trigger reactions. On this satyr, the satyr has 6 locations. 3 of them should be reaction heavy, because that's going to trigger reaction 1, reaction 2, and reaction 3 in each stage. The other 3, throw it to the wind, man. Throw it to the wind. That just means that you just break that location. Then it turns into the strategy of you can make those reactionary abilities stronger, so that people will say, okay, well, I could break the claw, but it's going to be a heavy cost on a react. Instead of, I break the flank with no claw, stomp me. I break the left flank with no claw, stomp me some more. I break the claw, oh wait, it's the exact same stomp. And so, it just wore me down after 7 plays. At first play, oh my god, the minis are cool, the Broodmother mechanic is fine. But it wasn't, right? It's just, I like seeing the mini. I liked how so here's how that mechanic is hidden on top of the cool. So you take that mechanic that is the exact same everywhere, and on top of the cool, what you put this cool layer on top of it that says the satyr gives you hallucinations. That's cool. It's different. The Broodmother drops rats. That's cool. It's different. The Venerator uses blood to heal itself. That's cool. That's different. But on that layer of different, right, when you peel that back, it's the same. Every fight is the exact same. And that is what got me. No, I mean, you play a 3, then you're 0 to shift to 3, the 3 to position 2, then play a 2, then next turn play a 1, then play a 0, then you have it back. So 2 turns to get your cards back. And my thing is, take the 0 out to shift, right? And just let it turn. If you get it back, just let battle flow itself instead of you shifting stuff. Instead of you playing a 2 to shift the 2 to a 1, just let battle flow occur. Every round, it just turns, and it just turns. That way, you're not shifting anything. You are going to get your attack back, and you'll do it. But it's just not underneath the layer of the cool of a hallucination or a rat is the exact same fight every time. And it's not fun for me anymore. I see it. After 7 playthroughs, I see it. And I don't like it. And I don't want to minimize the work and the hard effort that he's done to this game, because it's good, but I think it needs some tweaking. Curious what you will think of Sword and Sorcery. The cooldown is just the simple X turn. I'm fine with cooldowns that don't force me to have to waste. Here's my thing about cooldowns. Don't force me to have to waste an action to move a card that is not going to benefit me in any way. Right? Case in point, let's talk about Rogue Angels. Rogue Angels, you have 4 slots. You play a card that either goes in the 2nd or the 3rd slot. I put it in the 2nd slot. I do something. The card then, at the end of the round, card shifts. I play another card that is in the 3 slot. So now one's in the 1 slot, one's in the 3 slot. At the end of the round, the 1 shifts, comes back to my hand, the 3 shifts to the 2. And it's just so elegant. It's not me having to say, I don't want to do anything in a round, or I don't want to burn Animus when I don't need to, in a heavy fight against a creature who's rolling 2 damn black dice and 4 red dice against me. I'm gonna get floored. I mean, look at this fight. Even with my dice rolling and you run probabilities and statistics, this creature can mash my face in no matter what. With like, it's going to be a close fight, but why make it a close fight because of that? Make it a close fight because of something else. Give that break location something so haggling that it's going to make people think about not doing that stuff. Anyway, the story, number one, the story, great story. Thank you so much, Mr. Mormont, for doing the wonderful reading that you do, because it's beautiful. But I feel that skipping the story gives you more reward than not skipping the story. 2, take away every location causing a reaction. Just the 3 main locations. Make a 4th if you want. I don't care. But take away all of it. And don't make the break location be he rolls 1 less die. Make it more dire. Make it more something that I broke the damn dude's face. He's just going to roll 1 less die because I broke his face? It's got to be something else. Something's missing from combat that will make that layer of the same different, and that needs to be looked into. 3, battle flow. It should be automatic. Don't make me pay for battle flow. Let it be automatic. God. 4! Items. I'm on chapter 7. I still feel like I'm fighting like I'm in chapter 2. The foreman's chopper. It's a chapter 5 weapon. I'm only rolling three yellow dice on a creature who needs 5. Oh wait, no, 7. At this point, right? 7 damage to do 1 hit on him. 7 damage to do 1 damage to him. But I'm rolling 3 yellow dice. And I'm on chapter 7. Or this one is a chapter... I'm on chapter 8, sorry. This one's a chapter 6 card. Hey, look, I'm rolling 1 red and 1 yellow. And it's like, well, you can roll as many white dice as you want. Right. And adding more dice to the game makes it so much easier for you to miss with 2 blanks. If you're playing with full cards, I played with companions, which let me use animus tokens to re-roll. But let's say you got 4 players at the table that don't have that. Okay, so now I just roll the die, and I'm done. So there's no risk versus reward. It doesn't exist. It's probability and statistics. And it's not fun. I will say the things... Empower is so powerful, it really makes a difference. Empowerment is so powerful when you get an empowerment token. I will have to miss, and I talk about double blanks to miss to be able to get an empowerment token. And then I have to wait a turn to use my empowerment token, which will then say, okay, well, I empower 3. Okay, well, on my 2 yellow dice roll, I empower 3. I could get 2 red and a yellow. I could get a black and a red. I could get, I don't freaking know. Just roll a bunch of stuff. So, sorry, just got back. Sounds like the fight didn't go well. No, I won. It's just, I'm saying why I'm done, Baron. I won the fight with the war bear left, but I'm just kind of done. So, I think that's the thing, man. Like, so here's how this runs with me, and I'm noticed that as I'm slowly getting into the hobby, and I'm finding my niche, and I'm finding the things where the games that I like, so I know not to go after games that I don't, because I'm new to this, right? Here's what I'm finding. I like boss battlers like KDM because it's so rich and it gives you so much. It wasn't an epic fight. That's the thing. You said it sounds like an epic fight. It didn't feel like an epic fight. It felt like a slog. But anyway, with KDM, I love it because it's so unique and rich. So I like boss battlers that their core layer allows for things that don't pull you down, right? I mean, KDM is brutal. It's hard. It's hard to hit a monster. It's hard to survive in your dang settlement. It's hard to just live in that world. But I come back to it because the base mechanics are so well done. Aeon Trespass Odyssey, I've only played the prelude. And even in that, its mechanics are so well done. So this didn't feel like the base mechanics of the boss battle is well done. The minis are gorgeous, and I am insanely proud of this. But I think that's the problem. When it comes to story aspects of things, I need my story to matter. Or if the story doesn't matter, make it not matter, right? Like, it's either my story's going to matter, that my decisions that I make are not going to give me a token. It's going to impact the world. Madara, perfect example of how story matters. Every single decision you make in the story in Madara matters. Every single decision you make matters. When you're in the vault, when you're fighting that one lady with the two friends, you kill her or you don't. It matters later, but it matters. And none of these story decisions matter. You're still going to get to the fight. You're still going to kill the boss. The main story's going to still keep going. It matters. So make your story matter, or don't make it matter at all. Which is, tell me the story and then let me get into the fight. That's with me. What do we got? Sounds like a cool chat topic. Where's Oathsworn doles out a pile of random loot? So in KDM, you are left to make your own mistakes, good decisions, bad decisions, with what you want to craft. Yes! Whereas Oathsworn's just like, here's a set of tokens that you can't take with you. Is the game dead and buried yet? Would you do your Game of the Year choices differently now? I think I would. No, I wouldn't, because as of 2022, I was still enjoying Oathsworn. So no, I would not. My main problem with bosses is the fact that you would not break any part until everything is at 1 to avoid retaliation, and that is boring. I find ATO better in that. Yeah, and you can do that too. Yeah, knock it down to 1 and then break it all at once. Except when the monster is more than one monster. But that isn't a big change in tactics. Right. So I wouldn't change my 2022 Game of the Year. At that time, I still enjoyed this game, so it still holds true at that time. I think I reserve the right to be able to say 2023, it won't be my Game of the Year. It will have changed. Make my equipment once again. I mean, jeez, I played like Gloomhaven, and the equipment in Gloomhaven matters more to the fight than here. Okay, so all in all that to say, like, make the story mean something, or don't make it mean something at all. Don't do the in-between. Make the core mechanics of your boss battler solid, and then you can layer on the pretty. You've got the layered pretty. You've got it. It's 100% on point. Work on that core mechanic. Battle flow. Make it automatic. I said equipment. I did all that. I think it's just. I'm sorry. I love you, Jamie. I think you've done. I think there is a group that will play this game and love it to bits and think it's fantastic. I'm just not that guy. So this is the end for me for Oathsworn. I'm kind of done. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I struggled with this. You can even ask Steve. I struggled with this long and hard, because I was like, what is wrong with me? Why don't I want to play this game? Why am I avoiding it? Why am I pushing the stream back constantly? Baron's telling me the game is amazing. He and Colin are like miles ahead of me, and they're saying it's amazing stuff to do. I'm doing something wrong. I'm playing this horribly. I'm not good. Like, the whole thing was in my brain. It was just, I was just in my head about it, where I was like, what am I doing wrong? How am I failing and not recognizing how great this game is? And during that chat on Saturday, it hit me. I don't like the core mechanics. It's not fun. I don't want to play it anymore. So that's what I'm gonna do. My main problem with bosses is the fact that you would not break. Oh yeah, you said that. Battle flow not automatic makes it a puzzle. Sure, good that battle to ring things back. You're missing the card play with 4. I can see it overwhelming though. I don't know, maybe, and that's the thing, right? I think sometimes I wonder if just like, I don't know. If I just, I don't know. Like, I'm really upset about this. I'm just kind of really upset about it. I'm upset that, like, something that everything breeds cool, I'm not having fun with, and I feel like I suck, right? And so I don't know. I play other games that I like. I like, I like Nemesis and Gloomy Killforth, and I love Explore It. Yeah, I don't know. I had these feelings like you. I had some regrets of not buying it during the chaos. Now I'm off the fence and glad I had not invested it. Don't be disappointed. We all still love you. You can buy lots of other games. There are tons of cool games that I don't like that the community loves. Yeah, I don't know. I think because I was heavily I think because I was heavily invested in it that I was just like, damn. Like, is it me? Am I just not seeing the grand vision of it? Because I was like, I love I forgot his name. Toby. Toby did phenomenal work on these. And the board, and then the board, oh my god, even the board, every fight. Here's some trees. 5 trees every fight. Anyway, the board doesn't change. That's another thing that drives me crazy. It's the exact same. The board is the exact anyway. Yeah. It is what it is. I fought with this by some pain to make you feel. When we get together, we will play it and see if you see a difference. Yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot again. It's just, I know I'm kind of done. I made it 8 chapters, 8 playthroughs. The rulebook is well written. Personally, I think the rulebook is well written. The pretty on top of the core mechanics are well done. The minis are phenomenal. Every single mini is phenomenal. Not a single one sucks. Everyone is phenomenal. The companion cards are really well built out. The card abilities are pretty cool because it gives you something to do each round. The good thing is, if you sell this game, there's heaps of space for more board games. That's what I like. Here informs me. Yeah, yeah. Anyway. I wanted to, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. I played this playthrough because I was like, I created the stream, and if you say you're gonna do something, you damn well better do it. That's kind of how I was brought up. So I decided to do this to finish it off. Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm looking at the space. It's actually going to give me like 4 calyxes of space. 4 calyxes of space cleared out, but I'm going to be clearing it out. So, what's in the future for this? I am going to be culling this game, which means I'm going to sell it. I have everything for it minus the mat. I don't think there's a mat, and so I'll be culling it, and then more games will be shuffling in. It just gets me worried. I think that's the thing. I'm getting in my own head right now about it's getting me worried that I can't find that genre. I just I don't know. We'll see. I'm just getting in my own head right now, and I need to get out of it. So I'm just gonna take a break, have some lunch, and see what comes up. But, jeez. So head off and play fun games. Yeah, and I appreciate y'all. Doing something when we don't have fun to do is not always a good thing for self-sanity. I agree, Azariel. I agree. And I think that's why I'm going to cull this one. So this one's coming out of the collection. But I've got other games coming. And I've got other games on the shelf that I can play. Aeon Trespass. One game that I got my hands like this too. I'm like, please let me like this game, please. Is Hoplomachus Victorum. I watched Rob from Rob's Gaming Table, and if you haven't seen his playthroughs, go check it out. It's amazing. But I watched his playthroughs, and I was like, this seems really cool. Please let this be good, because I didn't like Burn Cycle, I didn't like Cloudspire, I didn't like Triplock, I didn't like Too Many Bones. But I want to support Chip Theory Games because I love the company so much. Everything they do breeds beauty, and I just want to support them. So I'm praying this game's good, and then I can be like, yes, I support them. Let me shout their name from the mountaintops for me playing this awesome game that they created. So I'm hopeful on that. I've got ISS Vanguard, which I haven't touched at all, and I want to play that and see what it's like, and we'll see how this stuff shapes out. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for kind of going on a tangent there, and I'm not I don't want to be a game basher, because that's not what this is. That's not what this is about. This is just me saying this game I think has hit the limit for me, and I'm done. So with that, I'm going to end this Sunday stream, and then I'll be back Tuesday for more Marvel United, and then we'll be playing Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Then Thursday, I'm supposed to be playing a game. I can't remember what it is, but it's going to be with Pac-Man. And then Friday, I'm going to be playing Wreckland Run for the Friday afternoon stream. Saturday, One Stop, and then Sunday is the first Sunday of February, which means Edge of the Earth, Arkham Horror LCG Edge of the Earth with two of my favoriteest people, Cynthia and Kate. And so we're going to play that and have a good time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sitting here listening to me go on a tirade about this thing. And hopefully it informs you. I may not be the guy that likes the games you like. Or I may be the guy who likes some of the games you like, or whatever. But just know this is how it affected me. Do your own research. Check it out. Make sure that it probably might be something that's for you and something that you love. And then if it is, don't listen to me. Enjoy your game and love it. And then we will meet back here on Tuesday, and we'll have some fun. All right, everybody. I love you all, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. See y'all later. Bye-bye.